Let's start by finding a comfortable seat, perhaps on a cushion or a blanket, so the hips are a little bit higher. Closing down the eyes, bring the awareness inward. Notice your connection to the ground. Notice the height of your spine. The quality of your breath and of your thoughts and emotions. And we'll check back in at the end of class, looking for any differences. For now, let's start some movement. With the hands somewhere on the legs, begin to slowly circle your body. Starting to wake up through the sides of the body and the hips. If it feels okay for your head, just let it hang. And next time you come up to the top, let's change direction. Stay with the breath and pull the breath deep into the belly as you move. Smooth and steady breath. Next time that you're close to the ground, bring your hands in front of you. Soften the shoulders down the back and take a few moments to feel how your breath moves in your body. Each inhale makes you a little bit taller, and each exhale softens you down towards the earth. As you next breathe out, take your hands, walking them to the right. And perhaps reaching that left finger a little bit further, softening down for a few breaths. Breathing in, walk your hands back to center, and as you breathe out, take them over to the left, softening the shoulders and deepening the breath. Coming back to center now. Slowly start to walk your hands back in towards you. Once you're back upright, let's start to make some small movements with the shoulders, making circles. See if you can get both shoulders to be the same size circles. You might notice one side is tight and the other loose. Let's take the circles the other way. Give your arms a nice shake out. And with a loving touch, start to squeeze down the length of your arms, giving yourself a nice rub, a bit of love after a busy day. On your next breath out, interlace the fingers and press the palms away from you. Breathing in to reach the palms up towards the sky, and breathing out to separate and reach the fingers wide. Breathe in to bring the hands back to the heart center. Breathing out to press the palms away. Breathe them in up to the sky, and breathe them out nice and wide. Let's do 2 more rounds. Breathing out to press the palms away from you. Breathing in to reach them to the sky, and breathing out to reach the fingers wide. Let's do one more round. Use your breath to guide you. Next, let's turn this into some nice twists. On an inhale, reach the hands tall, and as you breathe out, bring the hands through the heart center and turn to the right. Breathe in to come back through center, reaching fingers tall, and breathe out, gently twisting to the left. Breathe in, float the arms out, and let's keep flowing. Breathing out to the right. And next time that you turn to your right, let's hold the pose. Bring the left hand to the right knee and your opposite hand just behind you, keeping the spine nice and tall. Breathing into the belly. On an inhale, unraveling, coming back through center with fingertips tall, and as you breathe out, twisting to the left, hand to thigh, other hand behind you, breath in the belly. On an inhale, unravel, point the fingertips high, filling up the lungs, breathing out to reach your fingers wide and soften down. And let's transition onto our knees now. Using a blanket or a towel for a bit of extra softness. Set yourself up in tabletop position. Bring the hands directly under the shoulders with the fingers spread nice and wide and the knees under the hips. And let's do a few rounds of cat-cow. On an inhale, you're going to drop the belly and look forward. And on an exhale, rounding the spine and dropping the head. Breathing in to drop the belly, look forward. Breathing out to round the spine and hang the head. Let's do 2 more. Next time you fully empty your lungs, come back to center, back to tabletop position. Have a nice big in-breath there, and as you breathe out, drop the hips towards your ankles and soften the head. Breathe in to bring yourself back up to tabletop, and breathe out to soften the hips back. Breathing in, coming back up to tabletop, breathing out to soften the hips and the head. Let's do 1 more. And next time your hips are near ankles, let them settle in there. See if you can let your hips become really heavy. Settling into child's pose, either with your hands in front of you, or perhaps you'd like to move them beside your feet. See if you can let everything become nice and soft, and focus on your breathing. Let's make our way back to tabletop position, where we'll make cat-cow a little bit stronger. To do this, press your left leg out behind you and bend the knee so the toe points up. On an inhale, drop the belly, point the toe high, and as you breathe out, round the spine, bringing head towards the knee. Breathing in to look forward and point the toe, and breathing out to squeeze the knee and the head towards one another. 1 more. Now bring that knee back to the mat. Let's level ourselves out by doing the other side as well. Pressing the right leg out behind you, pointing toe up. Breathing in, and as you exhale, round the spine, bring head towards knee. Let's do 3 in total. Then bring both knees back to the mat and give your hips a little wiggle. Let's come up to kneeling now for gate pose. Stepping the right leg out beside you and check in that the left knee and hip are stacked on top of one another. On a breath in, raise the arms really tall, creating length, and as you breathe out, reach the fingers wide beside you. Breathing in to come nice and tall, and breathing out. Leaving the right hand on your right thigh, come tall through the left. And as you breathe out, reach your left fingers to the side, sending the hips back, and do a couple of big circles with your arm, finding a nice spot to pause and breathe. On an inhalation, come all the way back up to the top. And we'll switch sides. Stepping the left leg out beside you and making sure the right knee and hip are stacked. Breathing in to reach those fingertips really tall and breathing out to soften. Leaving the left hand on the left thigh this time, come tall through the right. And as you breathe out, reaching to the left, sending the hips back, circling that arm. Find a nice spot on this side to pause, to breathe deep into the belly. Let's come back up to kneeling. Grab yourself some blocks, or if you don't have blocks, use some books. And let's do some lunges to open up through the front of the hip. First, step forward with the left leg and set up a safe lunge, making sure the knee doesn't jut forward over the ankle. On a breath in, take a lunge, and as you breathe out, press through the foot coming back. Breathing in to lunge, breathing out to the starting position. If you'd like to make the lunge a bit deeper, bring some arms in, raising the arms up as you lunge and lowering them to come back. And let's hold the next lunge position, checking in with the shoulders, making sure they're low, and the breath is in the belly. And as you breathe out, roll the weight forward and use those blocks or books to make your arms a bit longer. Keeping the neck long and the shoulders low, let's breathe here for a moment, either staying still or gently swaying from side to side. Moving into some twists now, make sure that your right hand is stacked directly underneath your right shoulder. Breathing in, lift up your left hand, reaching fingers towards the sky, and breathing out to come back down. Breathing in to reach the hand up, breathing out to sweep it down. And finally, holding the twist, really reaching those fingers tall and breathing into the belly. And on a breath out, float that hand back down. Move your props out of the way and bring both hands on the inside of that leg, stepping your left foot out to the left a little, and either staying there or dropping the knee out towards the side, getting a bit deeper into that hip. Breathing, softening. Bring the knee back into center and gently wiggle and move your way back. Let's come into child's pose, resting for a moment, either with the hands out in front of you or moving them beside your feet. Let's imagine the breath coming into the back of the body, creating space and openness through the sacrum. And a few more moments of breath here. Walking the hands back in now, let's come to kneeling and do the other side. Setting up your props and stepping the right foot forward. Set yourself up a safe lunge, making sure the knee doesn't jut forward. We're going to do 3 lunges, breathing in to do your first lunge and breathing out to press through the foot, coming back to the starting position. From here, let's bring in some arms, making it a little bit deeper. See if you can keep those shoulder blades nice and low down the back. And finally, holding the posture with the arms up and the belly breathing. On an exhalation, let's roll the weight forward, using those blocks to lengthen the arms if you need, and either choosing to stay still or gently swaying side to side. And a few more moments of deep breathing here before we come into our twist. Setting up a safe twist, make sure the left hand stacked under left shoulder. And breathing in to sweep the right hand up. Breathing out to come back to starting position. Breathing in to reach the fingertips high. Breathing out to smoothly sweep back down. And finally, we'll hold that position, reaching fingertips tall and breathing into the belly. And on a breath out, we're going to lower, move the props out of the way and bring both hands on the inside of that knee, wiggling the foot out to the side, and if it feels okay for you, dropping the knee to the side as well. Getting deeper into that hip. See if you can remember to draw awareness back to the breath, deep in the belly. Bringing that knee back to center and once more wiggling our way back into child's pose, this time maybe with wide knees, letting the belly sink between the thighs and seeing if you can draw in that smooth and steady breath. Let's stay here a few more moments longer. And slowly, let's make our way up to tabletop once more, moving any props out of the way. Leaving the right hand on the mat, lift up the left and slide it behind the right hand so you come onto your shoulder, placing the side of the head on the mat. From here, we're going to work into some nice twists. Empty the lungs to slide the hand away from you, and on a breath in, reach your left hand up towards the sky, breathing out to bring it back down, sliding the palms together and the hand away from you. Breathing in to peel the hand up towards the sky, and breathing out to press it down. And on the third one, we'll hold it, reaching the left fingertips up towards the sky and breathing into the belly. One more breath. And as you breathe out, soften everything down, keeping that hand reaching away from you for a couple more breaths. To come back up, we'll bring the right hand onto the mat and push through the right hand to unravel yourself, and we'll switch sides. Lifting up the right hand, slide it behind the left so that you come onto your shoulder and the side of your face. And stacking the palms. Empty the lungs to slide the hand away from you, and on a breath in, slide that hand towards you, reaching the fingertips up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, reaching it away. Breathing in to reach the hand up and breathing out to slide it away from you. And finally, we'll hold the posture, reaching those fingertips tall and breathing into the belly. And on exhale, coming back to the first position, sliding the hand away and taking a few nice long breaths here. And to come back up, bring the left hand to the mat, push through that hand to unravel yourself, coming back to center. From here, let's transition into sitting. You might want to sit on a couple of blankets or a pillow to raise your hips a little bit higher. Let's come into a comfortable cross-legged position with either leg in front. Find a nice tall spine and a broad chest. And as we move into the position, see if you can keep your spine nice and long. Folding at the hips to bring the fingers towards the ground. And working with your body, only coming as far as you can while maintaining that length through the spine. See if you can keep the shoulders nice and low so that the neck stays long. And breathe. Long and steady breaths into the belly. Slowly now, let's start to make our way back up to sitting. And bringing your hands behind you, switch your legs so that the other leg is in front. And finding that nice tall spine again, we'll do the same thing on this side. Only coming as far into the stretch as you can whilst maintaining a long spine. Shoulders are low so that the neck is long. And the breath is steady and deep. Slowly now, let's start to make our way back upright. Once you're there, make your legs nice and long, maybe give them a little shake out. And from here we'll set up for a twist. Keeping the right leg long, bend the left knee and pull it in nice and close towards you. Keeping the right foot active, hold on to the left knee with the right hand and place the left hand just beside you. On an exhale, start to twist, beginning at the belly, then letting the ribs, the shoulders and the gaze follow. Perhaps you can wrap your elbow around the knee and move the left hand just beside you, near the bum. Coming nice and deep into the twist and breathing. On an exhale, let's unravel. And we'll switch sides. Left leg's going to stay nice and long and active, holding on to the right knee with left hand, and bring the right hand just beside you. Letting the twist start at the belly on an exhalation. The ribs follow, the shoulders follow, and finally the gaze. Perhaps wrapping left arm around right knee, and bringing the right hand just behind you, making you tall and long. Nice, smooth breaths into the belly. And on an exhalation, we'll unravel back to center. From here, let's take both legs out wide, activating both feet so they point up. And we'll bend in the left knee, drawing it nice and close towards us. Tall through the spine, let's turn towards the right foot, both hands on the thigh. And as you breathe out next, start to slide your hands down towards your feet. Make sure that your base stays connected to the ground so you're not reaching too far that anything lifts. See if you can soften the shoulders and the head. Either stay where you are, or to deepen the stretch, peel open the left hand, turn the palm up towards the sky, and reach overhead towards your toes. Perhaps you'd like to do a couple of circles to open up that line of energy. And find a nice spot to pause. Breathing into the belly. On an inhalation, come all the way back up. Bring the hands behind you and let's switch our legs around. Left leg is long and active. Turning towards the left leg, and as you breathe out, start to slide the hands towards the foot, keeping your base nice and connected to the ground, not lifting anywhere. Soften the shoulders. Deepen the breath. And either staying where you are or deepening the stretch by peeling open that right hand, turning the palm up towards the sky and reaching overhead towards the toes. Perhaps doing a couple of circles here until you find a nice spot to pause for this side, and then bringing the breath back into the belly. On an inhale, let's come all the way back up to sitting. Find a nice comfy seat and we'll open up a little bit more through the neck. All you're going to do is drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Let the shoulders and the head become soft. And if you'd like to make it a bit stronger, press the right palm down as if towards the ground. Let's lower the chin a little bit so that the stretch moves to the back of the neck. On an in-breath, bring the head all the way back to center, and as you breathe out, switch sides, dropping the right ear towards the right shoulder. Maybe pressing the left heel of the hand towards the ground, pulling in long breaths to the belly. And let the chin roll gently towards the chest so that the stretch moves to the back of the neck for a few more breaths here. And come back to center on an inhalation, and from here let's set ourselves up for a nice Shavasana. Lay yourself down, covering the body with a nice warm blanket and taking the legs nice and wide so that the hips can really let go in their sockets. You might want to cover your eyes with an eye pillow or a soft cloth. And let's turn the palms of the hands so that they face up towards the sky. Let your whole body become soft and relaxed. Allow yourself a couple of long breaths, really letting go on the exhalations. Whole body is completely relaxed. See if you can take your awareness down all the way to the soles of your feet. Feel the tops of the feet and the ankles, the shins and the calves. Feel the knees and the thighs, feeling all the way up into the hips. Feel both of your legs completely soft. Feel along the sides of your body from the hips up to the armpits. And from there, notice the shoulder blades resting on the mat. Start to take the awareness down the arms. Feeling upper arms to elbows. Feeling down to the wrists. Feel the softness of the palms of the hands, the backs of the hands, and feel each one of your fingers and thumb all the way to the very end. Feel your spine resting on the mat and see if you can feel the whole length of it, all the way up to your head, which gently rests on the very top. Feel all of your facial features really soft and relaxed. Feel the very top of your head. And come to the nose and notice the breath. And start to draw the breath into a longer and smoother rhythm, following its flow as it comes into the chest and the soft belly. Long, steady breaths. And start to remember where you are in the environment that surrounds you. And slowly start to bring small movements to your fingers and your toes, wiggling, starting to wake up your body. Perhaps you'd like to reach your arms above your head, and on an inhale, reach through fingers, reach through toes, have a big stretch. And drawing knees towards the chest, rolling onto the right side for a moment, and allowing yourself a few breaths here to come back. And slowly make your way back up to a comfortable seated position one last time. Find a nice, comfortable seat with a tall spine. And from here, see if you can notice any small differences in your body and how you feel now after practicing. Perhaps the quality of your breath has improved, the height of your spine, or your feelings. Bring the hands to the heart space and bow your head. Thank yourself for taking some time out to practice yoga today. Namaste.